You got to turn on it. You got to turn on it. We're still on camera 3. Huh?
I just switched it back to 2.
Actually, try it again.
The one on the screen.
No, the picture is supposed to come with the music. The video, go on 4.
Yeah, it was showing on there. This
No,
is
was it?
4. Is it not?
All right, try the bottom ones.
Oh, okay.
Try the bottom ones. I don't know why the top ones aren't working.
2.
Hey, hold on, wait.
I know, I was just seeing if they're the same.
All right, ready and go. There it is. All right. What's up, bitches? Daddy's back.
Yes.
My little Grand Theft Auto reference. Daddy's back, bitches. Oh, for those of you that have your kids listening to it, I apologize ahead of time. Jason DeBilliers, I got the man with me, the enigma, one of the more polarizing figures in beach volleyball. It's Jeff Samuels. What's good, babe?
My man. What's up?
What's up?
My
Cool.
neighbor.
For people watching Facebook Live, just make sure you can hear the sound. If he needs to be a little louder or whatever, I'll sync it. But right now, I got the mics almost maxed out, almost to the bone. So. Jeff, so let's start with the recent past. There was a tournament in Hermosa Beach, right?
Yeah, just this week.
The Hermosa Beach Open.
Yeah.
And you made finals, I think. It was you and
DR? Doc?
Oh yeah.
Dave Vandermeer, yeah.
The Savage.
Yeah, he is. What do you
He's
call him?
a savage.
I heard you have a nickname for him?
Oh, the Muscle Shark.
That's it.
The Muscle Shark. So you had about finals, a long, tough finals with Dylan Merrick, who's turning into your damn rival. One word, Andrew Dentler. Congratulations, Dylan, wherever if you're out there. Oh man, Trent is like, do you miss Colorado?
I do miss
Trent
Colorado, actually.
Yeah.
I miss the Colorado crew.
Yeah, man.
What's
So
up, Trent?
cool, man. So that's recent past. I guess my question is, we're going to talk about volleyball. For those of you guys tuning in, we're going to talk about volleyball, but maybe not.
Maybe some other things too.
Is he someone you want to take to New York?
Am I playing with DR?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for NYC, for sure.
Good. It makes my trip worth it.
Locked in. It's locked in, yeah.
I was going there for 2 reasons. You and Eric, and Eric's not going. Eric is playing with Miles Evans.
Eric.
Baranik. No, not Eric. Marty Lorenz.
Oh, yeah, Miles is playing with Marty, right?
Yep, Miles and Marty.
Yeah, I just trained with him. I just came from there, ran, took a shower, and just
With
trained
Evans?
with Miles and
All
Marty.
right, cool. I do want to reach out to him, see if he wants me to chart for him too, because I was supposed to do it for Eric anyway.
Come on, man.
So yeah,
Can't have you.
Listen, if he goes against you, and I got to pick a side, guess what? Miranda, you could press escape on that, so in case you need to look up any information, whatever. Hopefully, or just click on the corner. Just try that corner. Try that corner with the X. So Jeff, we were talking about a bevy of issues our last Tubecast with Rob and Greg, the great Greg Faulkner. Talking about polarizing figures, right?
Yeah.
And we left on the issue of mental health.
Okay.
And my opinion, how I think it's connected to every hot button topic. Like gun control, right? Imprisonment, like addiction to let's just say addiction to drugs, right? Like if someone tells you all right, you get a slap on the wrist, but if you do this again, you're going to jail, and then they still do it, and then they go to jail. So, in my opinion, I think a lot of that has to do with mental health. So I just wanted it's kind of a hot take, so I want you to just think out loud with me.
All right. I'm not sure where to start with, we start on mental health or drug abuse, but
let's start with the drugs.
Drug abuse?
Stop laughing.
Yeah, drug abuse it hasn't really been big issue in my circle, I guess, of
Mm.
people that I hang out with. But actually, where I'm from Flint, Michigan, if you guys don't know. But there's, I know some people there who maybe have some issues with drug abuse. But I don't see. Actually, I mean, going out here, the out scene in LA and
Mm-hmm.
Hermosa Beach, South Bay area. Actually, yeah, I do see some people who have some issues to drug abuse, but it's a little different here than like where I grew up.
Yeah.
It's more like here it's like pain pills and people are addicted to coke, and I didn't even know like
that was a thing, right?
Cocaine. Yeah, I didn't even know anyone like did cocaine where I was from. It's pretty much like people smoked. That's all I knew of. But here, moving here kind of opened my eyes to like, these people are on a lot of stuff out there.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's
I
like a
hang out
Michigan
with mostly
thing.
volleyball players, so it's
Yeah.
not. We don't really like.
No,
Yeah.
I mean the worst case scenario.
Our drug is
casual
our drug
users.
is volleyball. It's
Yeah,
like
man.
and
And
we're
there's
making our life decisions over. Is,
better not make that illegal, man. There is no known cure.
Yeah.
So
People are blowing their money on pills, and we're like blowing it on flights to Chicago, New York, and
speaking of Chicago, Jeremy asked, AVP Chicago or defend your title at the Motherlode?
ooh, that's a tough one. I'll be at Chicago, yeah, for sure.
Oh, you are? Good.
Chicago, yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Shit, I've never been. I might be worth the trip for me too.
That's my favorite tournament.
Yeah. Well, I talked to Madison McKibben, and he said like the fan base. He's like, no offense to New York,
It's crazy.
He's like, those guys are really good.
New York's cool. New York's fun. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know, Chicago. I guess they don't get to see that level as much, that level of volleyball. So
Mhm.
when you make a really nice play, they're like really genuinely happy and excited that happened. Like, oh, I got to see that. Oh my God. And like, if you're here, it's just kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, I saw that last week at the CBVA. These guys were playing like they see it all the time. It's so regular for them. And in the Midwest specifically, because Chicago's not just Chicago people or Illinois people. It's like Midwest, everybody. Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, everyone's coming. And they're just excited to have really good volleyball in the area. So they get amped, and in turn, we are excited to play in front of them.
Yeah, man. Well, you know what? Fuck mental health. Let's let's stick with this a little bit.
All my friends are crazy.
Man, we were talking about animal cruelty. We were talking about treatment of vets, and Rob found a way to logically connect them. You can care for a dog, but you can't care for a vet. Like you see you see a homeless vet with a dog, you feel sorry for the dog.
Yeah, you're like, get out of here, homeless person. You see a dog, and you're like, let's take him home.
Oh, why are you called El Jefe?
What? Yeah, you didn't know this? It's my Instagram name, man.
El Jefe.
But I changed it to like Heffrey. It's kind of like Jeffrey.
Oh, got you. That's right. I thought it was like El Chapo's cousin
when
or something.
I kind of started the beach scene, and I went to this tournament in Colombia with Camacho.
Oh, Dana, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the people there called me Hafe.
Okay.
Hef.
Yeah.
And it just kind of stuck with that group of people that I went with, a group of Americans. And then when we came back, it just kind of stuck.
I think it might have a lot to do with the J, like having a big sound. Like like a lot of my Colombian friends call me Hassan.
Yeah.
Jason, and I'm like, Hassan. Don't call me that. That sounds like
It's
something
weird
you
though. No one
take off the bottom of your shoe.
No
Well,
one really
Hassan.
called me a Hefe before that.
Yeah. No.
No.
So it stays with you. Come on, man. I got a name like Y2 Jason that sticks with me. So which I don't know. For those of you that don't sing karaoke with me, it's none of your business.
Even this guy, karaoke, I've been there.
Yeah,
I've
man.
witnessed this.
Yeah, I
say yeah.
Yeah, they're like, so what's your go-to song? I got a million of them damn things. So that third camera's working, right? I think I numbered them wrong. I messed you up, Miranda. She's like, you're supposed to put them all in order, so I could just go 1, 2, 3. We got Miranda Gagne on the sight and sound for us. God bless her. So Jeff, let's stick with volleyball. You go to a tournament, or let's say you go to Seattle, you go to San Francisco. They're not having that this year. Huntington Beach, P1440. Vegas. What's one of the things you leave a tournament? You're like, wow, that was fucking cool.
What's one of them? What?
One of the things you leave a tournament, whether it's the fan or the fanfare or the nostalgia or level of competition, what's the most recent memory you're like, that was all right. I was feeling good about that.
Outside of my play, Austin was really cool because you got to see a lot of people who didn't normally play as deep into the tournament as they did in Austin, and some big upsets, and just some people out there that looked like they were, kind of, this is my moment, I'm living my dream. Like,
Yeah.
This is awesome. Yeah. It was cool to watch.
Yeah. Who are you going to call? Bracket buster.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I learned a lot more from, I guess, watching, I haven't made a final or semi yet, but watching at that stage, watching those guys, I'm not just watching when they're playing. I'm watching, what's that guy drinking?
All the time, yeah.
This guy's doing that stretch, and I'm, people think I'm rude too when I'm there.
No,
I'm just like,
they got it.
I'm just like, I'm in the zone just watching. So
they,
I take a lot away from that. I don't remember as easily when I play. I learned so much more from my losses, I guess, so to speak, than my victories. Victories are great and all that, but
but what's wrong with copycatting?
Yeah.
Good. There's an old saying: "Good artists create, but great artists steal."
Yeah, and it's so much more than they're like, this guy's good at a cut shot, or this guy's good at jump serving. It's like, this guy takes 2 deep breaths before he serves. This guy
pre-serve ritual. Yeah.
What's he doing before that? So.
Yeah. Yep.
I see my sister. She's got a question on her.
When she said, "Question for you: are you ever gonna get married and have kids so I could be a sister-in-law or auntie?" Does your sister have kids?
Yeah.
Okay. Because if she did, I would have been like, "Next question."
Hi, Prince, if you're watching.
Hi, what's up?
When am I gonna get married? Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
That's a tough one.
You know they ain't gonna ask me that.
Yeah, that's not a question that I answer. I get told what to do.
I'm like a New York Puerto Rican. I've lived with the same girl 7 years. We got a kid, and they're like, "When are you gonna get married?" You're like, "We get around to it."
Yeah.
And some piece of paper that says you're together. Come on.
Soon, I'm working on it.
Yes.
Just for you.
Yeah, man. Barefoot Juniors, grass or sand? What's the big difference from your perspective, and how do you approach each? Wapuka versus AVP, for example. He's talking about the boat ride, right?
Yeah, I love Wapaka. Shout out all my Wapaka people. Yeah, I love any chance I can get to play that.
You're going there this year?
Oh yeah, I am playing. Yeah,
I'm going to Fish Creek, and it's a few miles away from Oshkosh, so I might.
You're going during the tournament?
I don't know. I'm going the 23rd to the 30th. So
yeah.
So I think I miss it. I think the tournament is before.
Yeah, to answer that, I mean, I don't think people are like, let's have grass leagues and like make it a tour, and it's like, dude, like we can barely keep our bodies together playing beach, and you want to run around playing grass.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck, because it hurts. But I love playing grass. I grew up playing a lot of grass in the Midwest. We even have tournaments out there that are like half grass, half sand, where like you play a match and your first set is grass, and maybe your second set is sand, and then if you go to a third set, you get the higher seed gets to pick whether or not you play on grass or sand. So I grew up playing a lot of grass.
Me too. Yeah, if you're from Michigan,
knees,
if you're from Michigan or from the East,
that's
like Pottstown Run was a big deal for me,
great.
and boat ride is grass and sand, right? Grass threes.
Yeah, they do the sand on like Friday, and then the grass triples is on like Saturday and Sunday. They get an epic crowd.
They do.
Yeah, no,
it's like you
great.
See nothing but people and this patch of grass in the middle, like surrounding the court. Yeah, my boy Zacharias when they took second, like last year or the year before. Zacharias played Panamilo. But go ahead.
Oh. Mm-hmm. I know you. Was one dude real tall?
Dominican. They both.
Dominican. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, he was like hitting OT.
He's
everybody. He was
I'm gonna tell you a story about him one day.
Oh man, that guy! I was like, "Who is this guy? And can I get him to play beach?"
Yeah,
he was.
Miranda, look up Overlook Volleyball on YouTube, because I have highlight clips of this dude playing indoor.
Speaking of Wapaka, I just remember. I think this was last year. I went, and for some reason, like the speaker went down, and it was just a huge crowd of people at the finals. And my group, I was already out. This is the final thing I lost to 5th or something. And I just remember the guy with the microphone coming up, and I was like, yo, dude, I got the music. Don't worry. And I put this boombox up to the music. The crowd was like, oh, I'm feeling it. Then all of a sudden, like, everybody just started getting into it. Like, they're probably the most fun atmosphere to play in.
It is. I can imagine. The first time I saw the Baumgrens playing threes.
Yeah, and
then I saw them in New York, and I was like, I saw them. You guys are killing it.
Yeah, they're pretty much always in the final. That's like their
you
their
don't have to click on it yet. When his part comes up, we'll click on it.
But Wapaka's amazing. Is this the guy?
No, it isn't. He's gonna come up. It's a 3-minute video.
Shit.
The guy who's doing right now, you could actually click on it now. It's my boy Eugene, Big Evil. Definitely click on that because this is part where he I zoom in him on the camera. That's him digging. It's like, get that shit out of my face. Oh, that's my boy Eater. All right, cool. You can click away. Eater shy. But Palomino comes up. I'll tell you. We were just doing highlight clips of like all of us, and he joined my team like same night. No one knew who he was. He just came from the national team. And everybody's like, we don't care. You can play him. You can play with whoever you want. Because they didn't hear you.
Took that back.
It's him. He just does everything so fucking easy, dude. You know? Jump serve, like serve to space. Like if you're not there in like a half second, he's just, good swing blocker.
These indoor guys come in and always do well in Wapaka. Remember, like you'll get a group of guys who are like beach guys with one really good indoor guy, and sometimes that works, but like normally like you'll get guys who just are hitting because it's a big court or it's modified or something, so it's bigger than a beach.
You can let it run.
And these guys are just ripping jump serves. Tired. I mean, just
and is it a big court or a small court?
It's a modified. I think.
Okay, modified.
It's deeper,
cool.
But it's like just maybe barely wider or
Yeah, it's it definitely favors the indoor guys because it's for them it's about balance. It's here. Oh, click on this. This is my boy Ren. Oh, move to the left, move to the right. Is he ever gonna pass a ball? Huh? We call him the queen. He's nice, and he does everything like cruise control. Guy? That's Ren. We call him the queen. He does everything. He digs. He hits. He has his range is incredible, and he's on cruise. He's like on 50% right now. He's not even like trying. He's not even getting like the lift off. He's just got a really good wrist. All right, cool. All right, we'll turn that off. That's Roberto. But I just wanted to show Palomino or whatever. So I guess I could answer that with Jeff. Like grass is a really good chance to introduce indoor players who are interested in beach so they can get used to the sun and wind, and at the same time they still have their balance on the grass. And also they could still hit, because who wants to come to the beach and you enjoy hitting and blocking? You suck, But
that's the thing about volleyball, man. If you're not good, it's almost one of the only sports that's still fun. Like if you're not great, you can still kind of do it. Because basketball, if you're all out there and you're trying to play and nobody can get in the hoop, you're just like, all right, I'm going home. Forget this. And volleyball, it's like people just, especially beach volleyball, they're just like running around and diving in the sand. Even if they don't get the ball over, they're just. I think that's one thing that kills volleyball. I think it's because like AVP's going on right here in Hermosa, and the courts are full. Like down the beach, there's people playing. But like if you're an avid basketball fan, you're gonna like forego playing at the park because this guy's playing at a venue over here. You're gonna go watch that. But like volleyball's so much freaking fun. For everyone that plays it, no matter what level, that they're just like, I don't really need to go watch Jeff Samuels. I'll play volleyball. I don't want to go like Phil who.
Well, I think volleyball needs characters like you, because I think in order for the sport to survive, people have to be interested in watching, and for people to be interested in watching, there has to be not everybody has to be polarizing, right? There just has to be a handful of people. You just mentioned Phil. Phil don't have to have a personality. All Phil has to do is block and represent his game. And like when Karch Karai played, he was an introvert too. So, but you had the balance of Tim Hovland. Randy Stokely was an animated dude. St. John wasn't.
Those guys were making all that money, it's a little easier to have a character when you're going home with like last place. I'm going home with
it's like shit. Everyone gets a check. Everyone gets a check.
Let the real me out. And then like nowadays it's like we're fighting for rent right now.
Yeah,
and,
shit.
like,
The
I
real
can't
me's
afford-
messing with my
I can't
money. Why you
afford
messing?
to-
Yeah.
I can't afford to have a personality out there.
There's a whole bunch of questions.
Right.
I'm gonna move this back. There's a whole bunch of questions, but this is one of my favorite. Jeremy Carlin said, "Most memorable time you've been heckled." Don't look at Jeremy like that. Just look at the screen.
Memorable time I've been. I mean,
I guess the first one that
the
comes to your
the
mind.
Partains, yeah, that was probably it, right?
Now, I knew what was going to happen the day before.
Well, you didn't tell me.
I should have told you. You're my boy. I know I should be looking out for you, but
we're neighbors. You can literally just like yell across the street, like,
Yeah.
"Yo, bro, ready to be heckled tomorrow."
oh, so listen. So for those of you that don't know, that are listening or watching, the Partains at 2000. This is 2 years ago, at age 15 and 17, they
Here we
won
go
4
again
straight
with this
matches.
Him bringing up old stuff.
They won four straight matches. Got into the main draw. Jeff Alzina was coaching them, by the way, so big up to Jeff. So behind every, sitting under the umbrella is a good coach. And the first round, they faced Jeff and Michael Brunstein. So I tried to warn her. I was trying to be, maybe Michael's not friendly with me, and if he isn't, that's fine too. That's fine too. Cocky dude, but whatever. So Michael's warming up, right? And I said, "Hey, Michael, I'm your one fan." So he gives me this look like.
I think he took that the wrong way.
He did, but at least after the match, he has to understand. I knew he got fans. Come on, Michael. Michael, where you at? Where are you? Michael, you got fans. I was messing with you. Now that you understand the game's over and everyone was cheering against you, now we could talk like mammals, right? Walk on 2 legs and drink water. So what Jeff didn't know, for the people watching, is that it was like center court. It was like center court moved to the hotel. Center court moved to the court in front of the hotel. There were people standing on top of the bathroom. Instead of beach chairs on top of the bathrooms. You had Rosie's, what do you call them again? Rosie's what? Rosie's Raiders. They're behind me. Their speech is slur. You guys,
like
go on now.
It's like 8 o'clock in the morning.
They're fucked
They're
up.
all hammered.
Yeah, and the beer I had for breakfast wasn't bad, so I had one more for dessert. So every time Jeff missed a block or missed a play, and he's just like, okay, interesting energy.
Yeah, we would like bounce a ball. It could be like the best bounce of my life, and you just hear someone be like, "Yeah, so what? We came to see the kids."
Do you know how hard it is to play against 15 and 17-year-olds? If you win, you're supposed to. If you lose, you got housed. You suck. So yeah, it's lose-lose. Those are the kind of matches you just try to get over as quickly and quietly. Like Droston. Yeah. Like Drost played up next and he did it quiet. Sorry, go ahead.
I guess the crowd kind of threw me off, but it's not like I've played them before and it wasn't like that. It was definitely like maybe the 200 people all cheering for them.
Yeah.
Kind of running. Running a lot. Actually.
You could pull that up, Partains or whatever. I just want them to see the crowd and like the setup.
Yeah.
It was more than just the crowd. Even the referees had these kids friendly non-hands calls.
Yeah. That was, and what do you do? Because like when something like that happens and normally you can, like, hey, like you got to call that. Like if you do any of that, it's like, oh, you're being mean to kids, child abuse. And I'm like,
2017, 2018?
Yeah. Partains. Yeah.
Maybe 7.
That should be the first one that pops up. It's like one of my most viewed videos. There it is.
But
there's the crowd.
Look
at that shit, dude.
Not to take anything away from them, they ball.
Yeah, and that whole tournament they did.
People are like kids, and I'm like, look, the shortest one is my height, okay, and the other one is a little taller than me. They've both been playing volleyball longer than me, so I don't see them as kids. I see them as, I'm not taking them lightly at all. Right.
No, of course.
Yeah, good coach, good team. One's lefty, one's righty, brother, chemistry going on. Like we didn't play. We weren't, it wasn't a thing where like we went into it lightly and they just, had a good game. Like no, they balled out. They obviously had a good game plan. And they just kind of they kept the ball up and going in situations to where the weird points were falling their way.
Yes.
At
Go
a
like
certain-
5
at a
minutes.
certain point.
5 minutes. With 5 minutes left. Sorry. Yeah. So
But,
good, because what you're talking about, we're gonna go on that now. But
yeah, great. I think they're just now coming back, right? We're playing high school, and I know one was hurt for a little bit or something. So
yeah, then one guy's hurt, and I think Miles stayed with it for the most part.
How long is it?
Like go with 5 minutes left.
Oh,
Yeah, just click all the way to the end. With 5 minutes left. Yeah, put my big noggin in the way. How you like that? While she's doing that, Jeff, you grew up playing with who? You grew up playing with who?
My sister. And
Nice.
I'm only saying the right answer right now because I see that she just typed that. My sister played volleyball, kind of taught me how to play. My first time going to play was at this like bar 4-on-4 rec league deal, and my girlfriend was, come play on my girlfriend at the time and my sister and one of my best friends can play on my team. Well, I never really played. My sister played all growing up, but I played hockey and lacrosse, and I went and played, and it was like, it got to a point where it was so funny. We went out and played at this like little place out in the sticks out in Michigan, like where there ain't no black people. Let's just be
okay. Yeah.
And
it's not like your blackness is gonna sneak up on someone, right? No, you would say, "Oh, he's Dominican."
It got to the point where I started getting decently good. I was still playing lacrosse in college at the time, but this was during the summer. And funny story about my sister and I playing is they finally, like, we'd show up and like everyone would get like 4 games and we'd get like 1 game and we'd just be sitting there all day, like, because we just started winning more and more, and they like hated it. And finally we were like, yo, like, you know, like, we see like I get like 4 games, like, can we get 3 games in this week? Yeah. Something, you know. And then no debate, no, sure, we'll try to get you. The lady just goes, you don't like it, you can leave. And they're like, wow. She goes, matter of fact, just leave. And then that's when I knew right there, like, damn, I'm already.
They put a racist.
I'm already pissing people off. I should start playing more volleyball.
They pulled that racist love it or leave it shit, huh?
Yeah, me, my sister, my Mexican best friend, and actually his girlfriend. And whole deal, cops came and like basically chewed these people out for, like, we had witnesses of them just like kind of like being rude or whatever. So it was kind of funny. But that was my first experience with volleyball out in the middle of absolute nowhere, Michigan.
Right.
Which is where you will encounter the most weird attitudes.
Yeah.
Places like that, like little like Ohio, like in the middle of nowhere. Like I go to Texas and people are like, everybody's great. You know, you expect people to have weird attitudes.
No, Texas is chill.
South
right?
Texas.
Okay.
I'm out there, dude. I'm out there in Texas.
Cool.
People are cool.
Bernard, if you're still listening, ask for the sound now. Last week it was too low. Now it's too high. So tell me, you're gonna be our Simon Cowell, man. If you got it, that means everybody else got it. Yeah. So Shannon Sharp, when you said that, like, if you don't like, you can leave. I had this flashback of Shannon Sharp on Undisputed. He said when he was growing up, he says when a black man has an issue with something, they tell you love it or leave it. But when a white man has an issue with something, let's see what we can do about that. Let's see what we can do about that. And it was something like, I'm not trying to put race into it because I don't think I'm putting anything into anything. I'm just saying that the way certain people identify, not a code, but like how they look at you and how they think they're supposed to treat you. Not even being black, just like me. I go into a restaurant, you know, they see Kelly, they're like, yo, the pizzeria, he's like, 175 for you, miss. You know, he likes it. He looks at me, he's like,
I always thrived on those.
Like, can you help me? Give me my fucking, what? Can you help me?
I've always loved that. No, I've always loved it. Like, I get it all the time in the airport. It's like, what basketball team do you play for?
Yeah.
I'm 6'2", buddy, so none of them. But it's just like, even though like my shit also volleyball, or like I'll have them be like, yeah, what team do you play for? Like, but I always grew up like, I played hockey growing up, so it was like that was a challenge for me. Same scenario on my street. They're like, black people don't play hockey, you can't play hockey. I grew up in a white area, and that was, for me, it was like, dude, now I gotta play hockey.
Nice. Good
Now
for
I
you.
gotta play. Now I gotta play.
Do you see any questions on Instagram right now? Are you looking on the Instagram page?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. All right. I see.
You can find it from my link.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. We're just trying to answer. Since I got him on, just trying to answer as many as we can. And I actually, well, I haven't been keeping up. I had to scroll back up, make sure we didn't miss it. We tried it. We had some good times in old Milwaukee during those Cuervo tournaments.
Tim, yeah.
Yeah, it's Tim.
Vuli.
Steve Sokol, Barefoot Juniors.
Steve Sokol, what's up, buddy?
Jenna Samuels. That's Mama Samuels.
Yeah, that's my mama.
She was at Hermosa Beach last year. She was at that game we were watching. Yeah, she was at that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Miranda, let that run through. I just want to see. There was 2 plays where like, yeah, just play but not on screen. There were 2 plays where like they doubled, and the first time they let it go, he got a block, and it was the same double, same place, and then another block, and it just had me cracking up. So, yeah. So Jeff, all right. The not Motherload, the boat ride is in July, so I'm not going to be there. I'm gonna be at Nationals for juniors.
Oh,
I'm the 16s coach for Evolution, Duncan Avery. Big shout out, one of the best human beings I ever met in my life. Good coaching staff. You know, got Eric Baranek used to coach with him a little bit. The 2-time defending champion Lewis Richard, Long Beach State starting outside hitter for them. He coaches the 18s, so not a big name group, but like just a bunch of Redondo kids and Souths get together, play some volleyball. So why do you think a lot of people are sitting out in New York?
Dude, everyone's back, first of all. There's no FIVB confliction.
Right. And a goals. And it's for me, it's a goal series, which is the reason why someone shouldn't, but go ahead.
I feel like that's the reason why you should, right? Because if you make it at least to the round to get in, that's what, 170 points or something like that. So, I mean, people are looking at it from a I don't want to lose standpoint, but there's a lot to gain.
Yeah, you don't win either, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like you're playing the lotto, right? Or you're like you're just gonna lose. You have a better chance of getting struck by lightning. You gotta
go and strive out and do your best. I don't think you should.
Agree.
Who's sitting out?
Well, Dylan's not going. Dylan should go with Andrew.
He said it was too expensive.
Okay. Well, he's right. The Gold Series tournament is more money to get in to get in, right? Is Austin the same price? Because if Austin's the same price, then I'll say on the screen, I'll tell all you guys, you fail. You go to New York. You go where you get double points, or gold series points. So in essence, the more Gold Series points you get from New York, the better chance you have of qualifying in Manhattan Beach, which has more spots. So in essence, you're spending money, but you're getting it back if you're a halfway decent player. Then that's how I see it. Yeah. Right. So
there are some teams that have been in the main draw for the first 2. They're going to be in the qualifier probably. Like a Loomis Brunstein, I think.
Yep. Loomis Brunstein. They had to qualify last year. Yeah. They played on Rob McLean, actually, second round. 29-27 was like the first set. It's crazy.
Played with someone else?
They played with Brunstein. They had to qualify. The McKibbins, I think, are on the bottom end too, but I think they don't. If they keep doing these one and dones, they might. But they did win some games in Huntington, which helps them. Marty's definitely have to qualify. I don't know does Miles' points just transfer over from FIVB? How does that work with AVP and all that stuff? So he's got none. They're going to be bracket busting. Bracket busting then.
He played some AVP next.
Okay.
With Bill.
Ah.
So now he's playing with Marty, but I mean, maybe he has 100 and something, maybe.
Right. Yeah, that's. I'm not even going to ask you to touch that subject. You're trying to make your money. Me. I don't
know anything about that.
Yeah. Well, me, I speak off the cuff a little bit, but I'm not wound up I'm not wound up today like I am. I am. I mean, I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna say. I'm not like this because I'm on camera. I'm on camera because I'm like this. So, so that's different, But basically, what the elephant in the room, what we're not talking about, is Bill Kolinske was denied by the AVP an opportunity to play in New York, and his partner Miles Evans was. So, I'm not gonna have this man answer any questions that puts him on in any principal's office thing. But I will say, there were some things that were said and done, not by Bill. Maybe with Kerry and maybe with Donald's son and the little war they're having, because that translated to her husband. Her husband can't play, Casey Jennings, right? And I guess the allegation is that Bill Kolinske was bad mouthing the AVP on a podcast, which I don't remember. I as far as I know, he's only been on two, and they were both mine. He called, and one was called in, and him and Miles did an in studio thing like we're doing now. But I think it's 2019, right? And I think what happens and this is the other subject matter I'm going into. So I'm steering away from volleyball, but because I would suggest that what happened 3 years ago happened 3 years ago. And Kerry Walsh is a mature person. Donald's son, I'm sure he's probably not listening to this. He's a mature person, and it's this crazy situation where feelings get hurt, and then you're getting petty. It's petty. It's petty not to allow someone in for something they said 3 years ago, which is going to my next subject matter. I have this huge peeve because we're going to do pet peeves, things that piss us off.
Okay.
I look in the political spectrum, like somebody wore like a blackface at a Halloween party in 1979, and you think he's a racist now. Now, I saw a politician. Now, I don't know if he's a Republican. I don't know if he's Democrat. I don't care. I think it's very disingenuous, and I think it's very, very unfair to look at somebody and say, and look at something they did 30 years ago and say that's who you are now. It's bullshit. Bullshit. Thoughts? He's like, people change.
Yeah. I don't even know.
How do you measure that?
Yeah, I don't
right?
even...
Do you still think that, like, if this person wore like a blackface at a Halloween party in 1979, do you make the logical or illogical leap that he's racist now, or even racist then? I mean, back then, you'd see that on National Lampoons. That to them it was harmless, but now, in this society where, we've become a little bit more sensitive in a good way about
anything about anyone.
Okay.
It just depends on the person.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if I know someone maybe has like been guilty of doing something in the past,
mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily have to put myself in a position to find out
okay,
whether or not
mm-hmm.
the person has changed, as long as protecting my own energy is at I guess first.
Yeah, that's the common denominator.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, it all comes down to like, oh, Jacob may not be a drug user anymore, and people have said he's clean, but is that something that, where I am in my life, or whoever it may be in the situation, is that where you need to be placing your, your energy and your trust and your time, So
yeah,
I do feel what you're saying, because you can't just treat someone the same. You're better off treating someone as you'd like to see them,
as you see them now. Yeah,
or as at their best, right?
Yeah,
like some people, even myself, you may see me at my worst at some point in time, but what you're saying is you can't just go off the assumption that is that person all the time, right?
Yeah, I
agree with that. I agree with it. But it comes down to your, what you're tolerant to, right? I guess.
Yep.
It only shows what you're tolerant to. So.
Okay, so I'll measure it two ways. One, let's say someone, I don't know, roughed up their girlfriend 10 years ago. Maybe
Chris Brown,
maybe he got a problem. Damn, I should have just said it. So no, and it's like, to me, putting hands on a woman is like one of the most unforgivable things. Certainly impossible to forget. But 10 years ago, how does he feel about that? Probably feels like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Probably realized he shouldn't have done it. Probably realizes no, the path to redemption is one of the more difficult ones. And then I take that, and I take the conversations we'll have, or if he dares to touch on that subject, and see, and you look for some kind of pattern to see if they did change, or to see some pattern to see if they didn't change. Like Michael Vick. And Michael Vick got arrested for like the dogfighting thing.
Yeah.
He did real time in a federal prison.
He's going to be looked like that forever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's ever going to leave his.
But you know what the crazy thing is? Since he's gotten out, he spoke at, he speaks at symposiums,
right?
for animal cruelty. He contributes tons of money to the ASPCA. He takes in abandoned pets or whatever, and finds a way or whatever. The journalist. No, he had a conversation.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not debating whether it's true or not.
I ain't got a receipt.
It's like,
yeah,
he can do all that stuff, and it's funny that no one's ever gonna see him. Other than,
no, because
the guy who was like pretty good, could have been really good, and like blew it.
But that's the unforgiving mindset. Like, let's say someone said, I got a problem with Michael Vick, and I'm like, hey, would you like me to show you this video? Or would he say, no, I don't want that person is going to say, I don't want to see the video. Because they already,
people hate him.
Yeah, I mean, right now, based on what I've seen, he's done more for animals than actually animal lovers since his incarceration, since his mistake. And I'm getting somewhere with this. I'm getting somewhere. The point I'm trying to make is that there has to be a path to redemption. For people who make mistakes. Otherwise, 10 years from now, you're going to stop sign death. Bye. You steal something, just show me the hand.
I think it's easy for guys like us to look back and see his actual path from the dogfighting to now.
Yeah.
And be like, this is someone that you can kind of trust or put your faith back in.
Mm-hmm.
But it's tough for a lot of people who don't like have anything going on. And I always go back to this because like there's so many people out there that want to ruin someone else's reputation or their status, whether they're big in that niche or not, just so that it's just like another person that's, oh, see, I told you this guy is blah, 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 or that, or this or that. It's like, Tiger Woods, for example. Like people are always going to kind of give him a hard time, whether or not that could be look at this. The only thing you know about this man that he's ever done wrong in his life that you know of is that he cheated on his wife.
Yeah, got a little action.
Yeah. I mean, but people look at Muhammad Ali and they never knew him like that. He's one of my favorites, but that guy was a cheater.
Or Martin Luther King.
Yeah, or Martin Luther King. They don't know that.
Blasphemy.
They're like, oh, that guy, he's awesome. And it's like, just because, the deal with Tiger Woods and all that. I'm not condoning or promoting abusing animals or women or anything like that. All I'm saying is let's just all step back and realize who we are and like, what have we done?
Hashtag slippery slope.
Yeah, what have we done? And like, people do change. I wouldn't say, put your energy at jeopardy or put yourself at stake.
I like that. So have empathy, but not at the peril of your own
and just
health and wellness.
Yeah, and see people kind of as they want to be, and as they can be, and try to like take the good from most situations. I'm not saying jeopardize yourself for that.
No, of course.
But I think
because that's what separates us from being animals. Right? I mean,
is that we can do.
I mean, it must suck to be a dog or a wolf, right?
Yeah.
In order to stay alive, you have to attack things with your fucking face, right? You got to attack things with your face to live, right? Like a shark and this and that. Oh my God, shit. So I listen to Joe Rogan, right?
Yeah, I love that.
And Joe Rogan was telling a story. I'm not sure if it's his dog or somebody else's. He lives in a neighborhood in Colorado, right? He does his own hunting, cook his own venison. So hashtag practice what you preach. But the story he was talking about was they had a coyote issue in the neighborhood. What would happen is coyotes would mating call, like domestic dogs who are just chilling or whatever in their yard, and actually lead the dog into this path.
They're smart.
And then when the dog goes, there's 9 coyotes waiting for fucking lunch. We come on, looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. So so he came home one time, and I don't know if it's his dog or someone else's. He came home one time, and his dog, he has like this pit bull or mix with something else. Just this beautiful brown-eyed dog, and all muscular looking, thick neck. And he came home, and his dog had some like the scratches and like a bite mark here, and it's like, what the fuck happened, And it was like blood trail from the door. So the guy followed the blood trail all the way through the path of the woods, and found 9 dead coyotes.
Yeah.
This dog fucked up 9 coyotes.
Think about like
Oh, he went Power Ranger mode and fucked up 9 coyotes.
that is insane.
Oh, shit. So I guess from an animal to human perspective, you ever see me with a mark on my face, just ask me how the other guy looks. Hopefully we'll know better when we do better. We're talking about people changing. They'll know better when we do better. Do you put lime in your coconut? God. Shit. Let's just answer all of them. Do you put your pants on first or your socks first?
Socks.
Sure. Don't fucking look at me. These two are looking at me. I got my sounder and his beautiful darling here. They're like, wait, do we?
I'm not a lime fan. Sorry, that's my other mama.
Oh my God, socks and shoes.
Mama Stram.
Yep, what I love for Billy and Evan and Miles to play. That's definitely, with respect to Marty Lawrence, that is the better team because of chemistry. What quote do you use often?
In a volleyball sense, it's big for me is focus on what you can control. That's pretty much.
It's a good quote. Take care of your controllables. I like that. Yeah. Mine is I don't know if they're asking you or care what the hell I think. Good artists steal, great art. Good artists create, great artists steal.
Can someone out there hit me with their favorite quote? Because
yeah, man. Message, guys, comment favorite quote. We need quotes. Yes. Good artists create, great artists steal. Okay. Just what you were talking about. You were looking at people warm up.
Yeah.
People their pre-serve ritual and this and that. You're like, maybe I could borrow that and make that better. It's like, come on. That's why songs have a remake, right? How many times has Lean On been remade and they're all good? Fucking Mary J. Blige, that album, what's the 411? There wasn't such thing as a remake. She wouldn't have a motherfucking album. So
some Mary J, man.
Yeah. Oh, yep.
Can we close to Mary J?
Oh my God. Oh man. Get her and Halle Berry in the same room and be like,
for what, an interview?
Let's talk. I just want to talk. The girl's ageless.
Kelly.
Oh yeah. Oh, a beautiful woman who's in Tahiti. Love you very much. You're in my thoughts and prayers. Hopefully you're not doing anything out there that make me say fuck it. I'm gonna say what I want to say now. We're gonna go another route. Andrew Dentler, are we neighbors?
We are.
We used to be. Yeah, we are. Shit, Jeff and I, we don't communicate by text anymore. We communicate by roof deck. He lives across the street from me.
You just beat me in the finals, so we're not neighbors anymore.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, oh, no.
We were neighbors after I won in New York last year, but ever since you won, we're not neighbors anymore.
Yo, Andrew Dentler, you'll always be my boy, but Jeff's right. You're not friends right now. You just mess with his money. You beat him in the finals. And with Marek. So now Marek did it with 2 different partners.
$50.
Oh. He said, check your Venmo. No.
Yeah.
We had some good times in Old Milwaukee in those Jose Cuervo tournaments. Oh, the Cuervo tournaments.
Yeah. It's my buddy Tim from Milwaukee.
Yeah. Oh, cool, man. Tim Driscoll?
Yeah.
I like him. Jaron Barreto. What's up, dogs? What's up, Jaron?
What's up?
Jaron Barreto, the guy. For anyone that doesn't know who he is, he's the guy with the dreads. Look, got that Filipino look. Set up and tear down guy. What you don't know about him, he's one of the best coaches no one talks about.
I was gonna say.
Holy fucking shit. He is mind blowing. We had him with him in the summer a little bit, super subbing for you or Rob or away. And
I liked him when he wasn't so big, because he just come up to me with these little tips like, yeah, dude, you gotta put your hands over faster on the block. And I'd be like, great, sweet. You saw that from way over there. That's great. And you came to tell me, and now you gotta pay him for things like that. Ninja. Yeah. You gotta can't just get these free tips anymore from this guy.
Oh, great question. Do you do privates for the sky ball only?
That's all I do. That's how I pay the
I
rent.
think it does twice a week from 4 to
Teach
whatever.
locals how to do skyball.
Yeah. So Jeff is the volleyball skills coach for Endless Summer Beach Volleyball, along with me.
Mm.
Rob McLean on Pompila, who's also Jose Loyola's coach, and Alberto. What's his name?
This kid?
No, the other Brazilian cat who was with us.
Arthur.
Yeah. Arturo. Yeah. Great coaching. Very elite. 22 girls, but all of them from top to bottom. We don't have non-essentials. So Jeff was teaching one of his girls how to skyball, Serena. I don't know if you know that she did it in the tournament.
She's natural too. I don't know why she doesn't.
She's this tiny little girl and faced the exact same direction and said, boom. And the parents and the other kids were like, where the fuck did that come from? And then the chicken dance, trying to receive it. You know the chicken dances, right? Is when you get like kicked and you like your brain says stay up, but your body is
People go into immediate PP dance. They go into the PP dance mode and they're like,
look up Kevin Lee chicken dance.
And when the pressure gets too tight, they just all fall to their knees on the skyball. I don't know what it is. Pretty funny.
You did one. You made my top 10 highlights on a skyball, I think, from Marciniak. Hermosa last year.
That was a fun match.
It was Zon and Marciniak. You
My
played.
family was there. And everyone.
That was great.
It was a great match.
And I actually was calling it on my little NY varsity thing. And I said, Jeff should just keep this ball in play. Serve a lollipop because Zon's going to set Marciniak tight. And when he does, he's going to get him. And then the ensuing play was
able to get a block. Yeah, man. Game there.
You knew that it was, I mean, where the wind was, it was going to be like a drifter or whatever. What'd you find out? There it is. Now, you don't hear the sound because YouTube will take me down if I start doing sound. Ready? That was Kevin Lee. You know, Detroit brother. You know. Yeah. There it is. Dun, 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 dun. I'm not surprised, motherfucker.
I'm gonna go live here and I'm gonna use your.
Cool, man. Do that.
I don't know.
How's the cup do with Leaner? Kalina lens on the other one. Damn, we've already been in an hour, dude. Really? Holy shit, nice. Just like, I got to get something to eat before practice.
Dude, oh crap, yeah, I just got done with practice, so.
Yeah, skyball is. I love that. I still give you tips and gems. Just ask me.
I was just playing. Sure.
Oh, shit. Another great quote. This is Conor McGregor. If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. That's for all you guys who said they can't go to New York because they can't afford it. And since we're on the UFC and MMA, I'll be like Dana White. Do you want to be a fucking fighter, huh? Is this what you want to do for a living?
So last year, my New York experience was I booked through what's one of those third parties, like Kayak or something.
Yeah.
And
like Expedia.
Yeah, Expedia. I think it was Expedia. All right. So I booked through them, and my flight there was through some airline called Sun Country. Okay, which no one had ever heard of. I never heard of it either. And I get there like an hour and 15 minutes early. And I go to the desk and I'm like, okay, finally found it. This little desk, Sun Country, like, where is everyone at? And no one was there to like check me in. And you couldn't check in online.
Oh my God.
And so I'm like, okay, well, where's the kiosk?
Carajo Airline?
Couldn't find the kiosk. There, I'm like, okay, so I'm over at like American and I'm like, hey, you seen the people from Sun Country? Are they like in the break room? Can you send them out here, because I got to check in for this flight. And they're like, yeah, those people take off like an hour ago. I was like, what? And so online it said that you have to be there an hour early. But at the desk, when you get to the desk said 3 hours early. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Couldn't check in, couldn't figure it out. Finally, 10 minutes before my flight's supposed to take off. And I've been to TSA like 3 times telling them the story. And finally they're like, just go. Just get out of my face and just go through. They didn't check me. They didn't look in a bag. They didn't do anything. They just said, go.
Damn.
Yeah, like 10 minutes left. I get to my gate.
You should have looked at him and said, "Shoot your bag, Florida!" And then
ran straight to my gate, dude, with like 7 minutes left. And they're like, "Oh, sorry, doors closed 10 minutes prior to departure."
No, shit.
I'm like, "Oh, what the?" Damn. So I got on the phone with Expedia and I hammered him, and finally, whenever something like that, I get my sister on the phone.
Uh-oh.
She normally makes it happen. You know,
Yes.
if you have any problems with me, and then I get my sister on the
Yeah,
phone,
me and Kelly.
You're in trouble.
That's Kelly.
And so she figured it all out, and finally they're like, all right, we got a flight on American leaving later this night, 11 p.m. departure, but you won't get there until like 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. or whatever it is, 2 a.m.
And that was the morning of the qualifier?
Yeah. So I didn't get out of the airport till like 2:30 in the morning. I Ubered straight to that park that the tournament was at, and I just was like, I had a place like, but it was like so much further that I would have lost time on sleep if I just would have so I just went straight to the park and like passed out on a bench.
Fuck, dude.
Was
that
like,
was in Brooklyn that time, or
yeah,
which is a walk.
Which is a walk, dude.
Yeah, Pier 6
you're walking through
walk.
construction and like.
You were lucky. That was the one year the women did it on Pier 25.
So and then I get all the way like I played with Ben Vaught, and we ended up playing Miles Maguda and Kyle Friend in the third round or the final round.
My goodness, yeah.
And we are crushing them first set, crushing them second set. They come back and win in the second set, and then the third set comes down to we get the point, but like they said, I got a touch on the block, which was like one of the worst calls. We were playing in the dark, and like they come back to win, and like it was just like the trip from. Yeah.
The trip from hell.
Yeah.
Shit, dude.
Screw
So does your sister
country.
So your sister handles your business for you?
She's the boss.
Does she have that look?
She's the we call her nicknames. Yeah. Brienne is her middle name, so we call her Breezy.
So there's two kind of
Breezy the Bull.
All right, let me tell y'all something about women, okay? All y'all guys, all y'all young cats out there, I'm gonna educate you.
Hey, before he says whatever he says, I do not.
It's not a reflection of
it's not a reflection of me.
All right, women have, I'm not going to bring it down to a false dichotomy, but I will use two looks. One is the look like this.
The oh, really look.
Yeah, like, you like, really? Like, you're gonna take out that garbage.
I wish you would.
Yeah, really?
I wish you would leave that trash can where it's at.
And, all right, I got three. Here's the second look.
What look is that? If my girl don't have that look,
that's when you go off on some diatribe with your friends that she's heard 3 times, and she's got to listen to it all over again. She's just like, yeah. No, Kelly doesn't have that. This is Kelly's look. No, this is Kelly's look.
You better
now,
backtrack. Kelly,
I want you to.
Baby, you ain't got that look.
I want you to. No, that's my mom.
That's about most girls,
that's
not
my
you.
Mom. That could be my rabbit too. No, this is the most important one. The mixture of anger and grief. I want you to think about Jamie Lee Curtis from True Lies. When she found out her husband was a spy, she went. It's so fucking scary because you know they're grief stricken and you know they're mad and you're just like you're doing this because you know something's coming but you don't know how. You're like, man, I just fucked up. And I think sorry don't mean shit. Sorry don't mean shit right now, dude. We were just talking about redemption. No, the look.
I try not to test. Think too hard about what women are thinking. Yeah, of course. I grew up with all women, and it's just good luck.
Yes. Listen,
women are great. I'm saying good luck trying to figure out what they're.
Yeah. Well, there's got to be an evolution and a change from the door test. Yeah. Do you know what the door test was?
If you don't open the door for the lady.
No, this is from the movie Bronx Tale.
Yeah, that's
he's
it.
like, he's like, I want you to take her on the date.
Yeah,
he says yes. He says, I want you to take her use my car, take her on the date. All right. He's like, and yeah, he's like, he's like, you open the door, you let her in, right? And he says, you close the door. He says, and go to the back to see if she pulls up that button.
Yeah, if she doesn't.
He says, if she pulls up that button. He says, if she pulls up that button. She's one of the great ones. He's like, great ones? Yeah, they're like heavyweight champs. They come once every 10 years. Yeah. I had all 3 of mine when I was 16. And he's like, but if she doesn't pull up that button, dump her. He's like, dump her? He's like, let me tell you something, kid. If she doesn't pull that button up, she's a selfish broad that only thinks about herself and you're seeing the tip of the iceberg. And he's like, what about love? What about love and all those things you talk? Bullshit, kid. The door test. So hey, no more buttons being pulled up, no more door tests. So we have to find a way.
Keyless entry nowadays.
Long way to make
no excuses.
Yeah.
She could just press the button from her side. She doesn't even have to reach over anymore. So it's really crucial these days.
Oh shit, we are 10 seconds away from actually being an hour, so we can wrap up because I know you got further. We got
It's time
practice.
for a feeding, Jason.
Yeah,
It's
we got to
time for a
eat, and
feeding.
we got practice,
Yeah.
and we got practice
You
later
have
on
to
this
coach,
afternoon.
coach.
Hey, little plug, Deron Forbes, who is the program director for Endless Summer and the
Hi,
founder
Endless Summer, guys.
of Beach
Girls.
Volleyball National Event. She is the woman, the one that makes it happen. Our group is 22 people, but we have 8 commitments already, and 4 of our girls are going to USC. So, one girl Arizona, one girl Tulane, one girl TCU, one girl GCU. So
Long Beach.
Yeah, Long Beach. Kaylee and Leah.
Oh, Kaylee's going to Long Beach.
Kaylee was going to go to Tulane, and
Congratulations.
yeah,
That's
man.
amazing.
Mike Campbell's got 2 girls that can hybrid out too. They can defend or block. So in this whole world where you feel like you have to have this backward defender and this and that, what the fuck is wrong with split blocking? Before I leave, nothing wrong with split blocking. You shit, that'd be ideal. You I think could do like this. You have Trevor and Try.
Mm-hmm.
Put you with Try. Put you with Trevor.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's a wash, So
I like it.
all right. So hey, Miranda, thank you so much. What's your name again? Amanda, thank you so much for sweating through this room because we make this room hot so we can answer questions with more of a sense of purpose. So we just get in and get the fuck out. Hey, for everybody watching at home or on your tablet at Starbucks or on your iPhone, this is Jeff Samuels. I am Jason DeBillius. Love you. Peace.
Hey guys.